give some hair transplant and very non-professional investment advice. Not really advice, more like just thoughts. And first I'll explain all of my losses. Do you know about all Daddy's financial losses, Cruz?
Yeah.
You do? I have a lot. You know that?
Yeah.
You know that?
I have fun on a unicycle and Giggle with Daddy.
Yeah, we just did that. I'm gonna make, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting a video tomorrow of Cruz on the unicycle with me. A very tall unicycle. Daddy is so rich, aren't I? Because I have you.
Yeah, Daddy.
I'm gonna have Lucia.
Get Daddy a daughter time.
Because of Daddy and daughter time. That makes me very rich, right? But today we're gonna be talking about money. Do you know what money is?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is money?
Money, you take a picture and like put it on our head.
Yeah, money is what we take a picture and put on our head, right?
Yeah, so money, you play that game.
Yeah, you took that picture. Cruz actually took the thumbnail. The thumbnail that you guys are looking at with the money on my head, Cruz took that. That was a good photo you took, Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're somewhat a professional 3-year-old photographer. All right, and this is my other little one. This is Lucia. This is Panda back here, who is their beautiful mother. Yeah. That's how my babies got their good looks. Yeah. Oh, left side's not her good side. They got her good side.
No, this is my Lucia and she's my sister.
Yeah. That's Lucia's your sister. All right, cool. So let's talk about money and hair transplants. Let's talk about money first in investing, because the stock market officially hit a bear market. That's what they say, and Bitcoin is down to hit $20,000 from its all-time high, which is close to $70,000. And what else is going on? Real estate has basically not crashed yet, which is cool. I think it's not going to in a lot of places. I'll explain that. And first, let me reveal my biggest financial losses, because in my opinion, based on my experience, which I have been investing in things. I bought my first house when I was 17 years old, actually, from my high school teacher. I bought it into a trust, into a land trust when I was 17 years old. I bought it from my math teacher. So I've been buying property since I was 17 years old. I bought my first stocks when I was probably 18, 19 years old. I bought some silver and gold when I was probably my early 20s. Bitcoin, I first bought probably 6-7 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. I did not hold it. We'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, and I have had financial losses in virtually every sector of investing. I've lost money. Now, I haven't lost money overall, thank you God, but I have had experiences where I had losses in each one of those. So my first property that I bought when I was 17 years old, sounds like I'm bragging. Hey, I bought a property when I was 17 years old. Actually, I lost money on that property. There were a bunch of frustrations I had with it, and I ended up just letting it go at a loss. I bought and sold 50 houses since then. But anyway, that first one was my first loss. And then I did a house flip where I lost about $12,000. I did a second mortgage loan where I lost $18,000. I did, what else? I think those are my only real estate losses. Yeah, it's my only real estate losses. And then Bitcoin, I had a $30,000 loss. That was my biggest. Oh, you made up for it. All of my losses just with that one kiss, Cruz. That's how powerful your kisses are.
Daddy.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bitcoin $30,000 loss. That was my biggest individual single financial loss. Anyway, all that to say, I feel like until you lose money, have an experience where you lose money investing in something, you really don't have a good feeling for that entity, you know, and for like what can happen. And so that just been very interesting, like watching Bitcoin, for instance, go up again, really crazy, and then have this huge crash, because I already went through that one time, like whatever it was 5 or 6 years ago, when it had that big up to almost $20,000 and then crashed down to like close to $3,000 and stayed there for years, or $3,000 to $5,000 and stayed there for years. So I think actually, even though it's like kind of painful when it happens in some kind of way, losing money at things can be very valuable, because it teaches you that like not everything works out, and to sort of go into things with more like of a calculated plan, and sort of realizing that it's not, that like it could really all go to zero, or all, you know, it's not everything's a win really. And so I anyway, it's hard to describe unless you've been through the same kind of thing where you've had these losses. It's hard to explain the way that you sort of like your body and perspective, mind changes towards the way you interact with monetary things and how you're. So anyway, I think I'm for the wiser for it. So I'm kind of thankful for those losses. Okay, so since no one's asked any questions about hair transplants yet, I'll explain what I'm thinking and what like I would do, what I'm probably going to do, what I am doing now in this current like financial times. So I think like in times of like financial uncertainty that a certain amount of diversification is good, is like can be really good. I'm usually actually not very pro diversification, because like Warren Buffett, for instance, says that diversification is for people that don't know what they're doing. But in times of financial uncertainty, sort of no one knows what they're doing to a certain degree. So, all right, it's just really getting boring for you, isn't it, Cruz? Are you okay? You're okay? Okay, good. All right, so my thought is, like, let's say I've got $1 million to invest right now, which maybe I do. I don't like to talk about specifics of my own like finances beyond things like that, just because I don't know, it's probably not going to benefit me. But $1 million to invest. This is what I would do. I would buy into the S&P 500, probably with, of that, I'm going to go with like $100,000 to $200,000 of that into the S&P 500. I probably would go with like $50,000 into cryptocurrency. I would take the rest of it and either do like, I would take probably like, I would go buy a single family house as an investment if I didn't already own one. And I would buy it as my primary residence, put like in the US, if you're in the US, you can put 5% down, buy it as my primary residence, single family home in a really great area, someplace that I'd want to live myself. I'd buy a home that was not more than 10 years old, preferably in the like 2 to 5 year old range. I wouldn't buy a brand new home, but I also wouldn't buy an old home. I'd buy like something, and I wouldn't buy a renovated home. I'd buy a new home that's probably like 2 to 7 years old, in a really good area. I'd take some of that money, put that down towards that. Somewhere where hopefully you could pay the mortgage with rent. That would be, if you really should be able to clear the mortgage with like whatever the rental is. And then I would take the rest of it, and this is the one that will probably surprise you guys, and I would actually invest in real estate syndications. So if you don't know what that is, syndication is like, basically we're an LLC, these companies that are these funds, they're all over the place. You start doing some searching into them. And once you kind of get into the hemisphere of that, you start discovering them basically and learning about them. And oh, thank you. Okay. Very professional. So the syndications, they have preferred returns. So yeah, so what a preferred return is, so you invest, let's say, the rest of this money into these, I would invest in probably like 3, if you had the money left, maybe 3 syndication deals, 3 or 4 syndication deals, like around $100,000 to $200,000 per syndication deal, right? Usually the buy-ins for these syndications are between $50,000 to $100,000 as a minimum. But there's a preferred return, usually it's in the range of like 8%, and that is a quarterly payment that you receive as soon as it's a profitable syndication. And then at the end of what's typically a 3 to 5 year term, then the LLC sells the property which is bought with the syndication. Usually these properties are in the like $10 to $25 million. Can you not kick that, please, Cruz? Thank you so much, my love. They're in like the $10 to like $25 million range, these deals. And so you buy basically shares in these deals. And then there's this waterfall, they call it waterfall like return basically at the end. Where, thank you very much, America's Mystery Babylon. Where at the end where they sell, please don't kick, okay? Thank you. Let's go this way, okay? Where they sell the property and then you make a percentage of the sale of the property. So this is the reason that I would buy into these in a time like this, is because the value of these large apartment complexes are based on rental prices, and during inflationary times, typically rents go up, especially in places like sort of middle income apartment complexes and things like that. Like rents typically go up, and as rents go up, the value of these properties go up because they're basically all based on rents. Also, as less people buy homes, more people rent a place, and so there are more renters. Also, in uncertain economic times, having that preferred return of like 8% is going to help you sustain. Like if you lost your job or something, you would still have cash flow coming in, and cash flow is really helpful. So anyway, so that would be my thought on investing $1 million right now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk that nobody asked me to do. Only one person's asking questions, is that says, I plan on going to get my 7th hair transplant with the same doctor that just did yours. With Dr. Mamba. Okay, cool. I'm hoping Dr. Mamba can, sorry, I can't spell his name, but I'm hoping he can use my chest, stomach, and leg hairs. That's something you need to talk to him about. So, yeah, you need to talk to him about whether he can do that. You guys should like get on some kind of a, what is this? What's going on? Sorry. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. What in the world? What is? Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, you guys should get on some kind of a video chat and like show him your hair, your chest and leg and all that hair. He's not located in Africa, so yeah, I think you need to like follow up with him and kind of touch base a lot more before you decide on all this stuff, because it sounds like you don't really know like what's going on with him, because you don't know if he can use different parts of your body hair, and he's not located in Africa. He just was born in Africa. He was born in I think the Congo. Yeah, and I think he's just opened up. I think he might have just opened up like a clinic there, or he's planning on it or something. But he doesn't typically do surgeries in Africa, I don't think. All right, well that's pretty much it. So nobody's really asked me about my hairs. Thoughts on exosomes of hair direct biologics is no longer. Yeah, so I think exosomes are a very viable thing for hair loss. I know that I got my surgery done with them, the second to last one, and I think it was super helpful. I had awesome results from that surgery. So yeah, they're no longer being sold by Direct Biologics for the time being, but that's only only temporary. So the Zoflo Direct Biologics Exosomes product is being like FDA approved at the moment, or like going on, it's undergoing the FDA approval process. And so because of that, they had to take it all off the market during that period of time. And then, yeah, it's going to be back on the market, and you'll be able to use it for hair again. So a lot of people are really excited and waiting for that to happen. So yeah, it's nothing about the product being good or bad. It's just that it was taken off because basically they're going to make way more money when it's FDA approved for the treatment of COVID-19, which is what it's undergoing the trials for. Okay. Dr. Mwamba, I think he does surgeries in Princeton, New Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, and Brussels, Belgium. Pretty sure those are the 3 places he does surgeries right now. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. Good luck with all your investing stuff. Yeah, to me, like, yeah, that's my thoughts. If I had $1 million, that's what I would do with it. Based on my own experience, I don't think that I'm like amazing at investing, but I've done like really like shockingly well, I think. So yeah, maybe I'm okay. I think that I'm okay. I feel like I would listen to me just about as much as anybody. You're just too cute, my love. Too cute. Anyone in Arizona you recommend for hair transplants? No, I don't know anyone in Arizona. I'm trying to also stay away from the hair transplant recommendation things unless I've had surgery done by someone, because I just like to share from firsthand experience what my experience was. You know? You know what I'm saying? You're the best. You're the best. I know, you have a cute face. You'd love to use it. Anything else you want to say to everybody before we go?
Everybody, I can go on the unicycle and Popo Daddy's hand on a unicycle.
Yeah, you can ride on a unicycle with Daddy. We're gonna make a video tomorrow, okay? All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. And oh yeah, let me just show my head. This is day 5 post-op. Very bright light, and that's where we're at. I have no idea how much he charges per graft. I have never paid for surgery. I don't know either of my surgeons how much they charge per graft, because my surgeries were free. So I do not know, and I don't like work with them. I have no financial association with them other than the free surgeries thing. So, and making some videos, which are not like a paid thing. We have no agreement about what videos I make. It's just I get to make whatever I want, and they'll do a surgery, and I'll share my experience exactly how it is, and that's it. That's the whole thing. So yeah, there's that. You can see they didn't take anything from the back of my head, but you guys can see my donor scar in case that's something too. Here you go. Some of that's what my scar is currently looking like. All right, take care. Lots of love to all of you.